Whenever you are.
Okay, I'm ready.
Here you county board meeting scheduled for August 14th, 2025 at 7 p.m. is now in session. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Have a moment of silent prayer. Thank you. Call the roll, please.
Alexis McFarland. Here. Morgan Hinton.
Here.
Steve Schonert.
Here.
Travis Paddock.
Present.
Cindy Gibbon. Here. Brian Van Blarkum.
Present.
Dennis Graves.
Present. Present. Welcome to our guests tonight. Anyone have changes to the agenda?
Make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Passes. Information, correspondence, upcoming meetings. What do we got?
708 meeting, mental health committee meeting this coming Wednesday, the 20th at noon at the courthouse, second floor. And then also the finance meeting, it's going to be held September 9th, which is Tuesday at 6 p.m. at this room.
The 911 board meets Wednesday, 8/27 at 9 a.m. at the fire station. And there is no set time yet for public safety. However, I will make sure that gets published as soon as possible.
What time is that? PTSD time?
9 a.m. fire station.
Looking to have a grand opening for the dog park on August 24th at 2 o'clock. The reason I bring that up is because the county donated some of the, or set aside some of the ARPA funds for that dog park. So, yeah, if you got a dog, come out. If you don't have a dog, come on out. Should be a fun time.
With like free treats or anything?
Some giveaways, yes. I don't know about for humans, but for dogs at least.
Yeah. I see it's being used, so that's key.
Meeting. Wednesday, the 20th, Jed's meeting at 10 right here. Sorry. That is the finance meeting, Jed's.
Good. All right, that gets us to open. We have any public comment? All right. Consent agenda.
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second. All those in favor? Aye. Motion passes. That gets us down to finance, Steve.
Yes, first approval of county claims, and we're kind of adjusting our times and claims. And I'm going to try to tighten up if people submit claims. We continue getting some last minute claims. So there's like 3 different claims reports out there. So here you have the last one, but I reviewed all the items that were not on our original list that we reviewed at the finance committee meeting Monday, and I didn't see anything out of order. So the final claims list should be county general, $110,337.68, and non-county $709,076.69. 709,076.69.
Thank you.
And again, I'll be sending out an email to all the office holders, just kind of explaining what we're going to try to do. I want to get it to where basically all of our claims that we approve is in this report, rather than try to deal with last minute handwritten ones. So we'll see how that goes. That's all I've got. So I guess I should make a motion to approve the claims.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion passes.
Okay, I handed out some electrical supply contracts. I've been getting email, text messages from the supplier that we contracted with back in November of '23. And they're wanting us to go ahead and start rebidding our electrical contracts for when our current contracts expire. And basically, as of today, and this worksheet that I handed out kind of shows you the various recent meters, the last 3 months of meters, and then where the meter is located. So right now, the jail, courthouse, and the old Seven Hills Animal Control we had basically awarded that energy contract to Hudson Energy, which that was awarded back in November of 2023, and it's good through May of 2027. So we're not in any big hurry at this point to renegotiate, at least I think. But again, if you've got any opinions on that, I'll take that in consideration. I want to continue to communicate with them, because right now we've got a very favorable contract. As you can see, we had added some offices subsequent to getting bids. It's like our new kennel is with Ameren. The new animal control office was with Ameren, and then we awarded a 1-year bid to Constellation. And then the old TV office originally had a contract with Illego. Now that it's closed, the new TV office is back with Ameren. So you can kind of look at the rates there. Again, we're at 0.0622, and that's good, at least for the jail and the courthouse through May of 2027. The current rates are 10, 11 cents. So we're paying basically 6 cents. The current rates are 11 cents, and Hudson basically wants to give us a 12-month rate, or is bidding a 12-month rate that would basically go into effect June of 2027 for 11 cents, 11 something 0.1 cents, and I've highlighted those in yellow. And then Constellation Energy, the one that we basically was approved, that we got a 1-year bid for them, they are around 11 cents as well. So the energy costs have gone up. So we did the right thing in locking in. What I need your input on, and I'm going to try to, again, research some more, because again, we're not under any specific deadline. Is this the high rate now? Because we've been getting, again, receiving a lot of press that because Illinois is shutting down coal plants, our electricity is going up. So we can look at this through two ways, that it's going to continue to go up past May of 2027, and maybe we need to go ahead and lock in a around 11-cent rate with Hudson or Constellation now, or do we want to wait it out thinking that things will improve? If you've got any thoughts on that, again, let me know. But that's kind of what we're looking at, because right now we're under a good rate, but will that last? Will rates continue to go up? So if anybody's got any information on that, again, we don't need to approve anything tonight, but I just wanted to bring your attention that we need to, I guess, start looking into, if we want to lock in a rate now, or do we want to wait and take our chances and hope it'll go back down? So that's really all I have. So if there's no other discussion, I'm done with my finance committee.
Okay, thanks, Steve. That gets us to sheriff's report. Andy?
Don't have a lot to speak of other than what's presented in your reports that you received. You got questions, I can answer it. We'll talk about the radio project, but I think that's down in old business.
All right, thanks, Andy. State's attorney.
You. This last week, we were just notified of some more opioid funds coming in. I anticipate right around $7,000 at this time coming in for that opioid fund. There is one request outstanding on that fund, and so there's still going to be a substantial sum of funds available if there's any one in the community who wants to make appropriate requests for that fund. And then I also just wanted to notify the board about the EJ water line project out by Cleaver Lane. We had a meeting last night. We had invited all the affected landowner and property owners, with there being no desire to have water line run in that area or for interest for EJ Water in that area. We're going to be moving forward with potentially modifying that grant to close out the project as it stands now.
So we don't have any right of way at all currently to be able to put in place the line, even though there's landowner objections. Is that correct?
The right of way issue is something that has to be negotiated between the landowner and
That's okay. But that wasn't advance, I guess. Okay.
Thank you, Chelsea. Gets us to animal control. Do we have anything there?
No, Andrea is back. This is stay back.
She's already got dogs in the kennels.
She does, yeah.
Thanks to Andy. So we've already got dogs in the
There
kennel.
are 6 dogs
Yeah.
currently there.
You said 5 are required.
5 of them are there from the 11th, which we removed from a home that was mistreatment, and the other one was an owner in which it's been in there since the 5th, and it's eligible to be released, so we're trying to find a home for it. It's a Siberian Husky. It's a sweet, mild-mannered dog, so if anybody wants a Siberian Husky out there, don't talk to us. It's a female. Been vetted. Last May, I think, was the last time I was at the vet, vaccinated. It is not spayed, but she's a nice dog. House trained and kid friendly, so.
Yeah, put that in the paper, please. Like animal control.
That gets us to highway business. Thank you.
We probably won't need to take any action on this tonight. I was approached by Cameron a couple months ago. They're replacing power poles on Meridian Road right next to the highway garage. They wanted to know if they could have permission to store poles at the maintenance yard while it's working on the power lines. And I told them we could probably accommodate them. I told them we need insurance information, liability insurance information. And the Ameren gentleman sent me their liability insurance information, and he sent me something more formal than I expected. He sent me a easement, temporary easement to use our yard. And when I was scrutinizing it a couple of days ago, I noticed that the grantor was listed as public building permission, which kind of threw me for a loop. And I talked to the right-of-way agent. He sent me a copy of the deed, and sure enough, it's just like the courthouse, the highway garage is under the ownership or control of the building commission right now. And back in 2014, when the renovations were done at the courthouse, bond funds, some of the bond money was also used to replace the roof on the highway garage. So I'd say that's why the highway facility was listed as part of the building commission. So anybody that can assign it, if they have to have an easement, it's going to have to be signed by the building commission. I did send their liability insurance information up to senators to look at it, and Eric said he thought it was fine. He thought we'd be protected and covered for any activities they were doing out there. So if you know who's the ramrod in the building commission, I will forward it to him. That name?
Travis.
Travis.
That's me for now.
There was, I believe in the packet, there was a copy of the document that was sent. Before the building commission signs that, if they choose to sign that, I did have a couple comments on that. And one comment was that this would just be for Ameren. Is there, they have a clause in there where they could extend the use of the easement to a third party. And I don't think we want to do that. And also there was a clause in there about, basically they had to have unlimited unobstructed access. And I told the guy, I said, we'll work around you, but I said, I have trucks come in and out all the time, and we're not gonna shut down working to make it convenient for you. So I did have a couple comments, but if you wanna, the building commission wants to consider granting that, I can work with Ameren and I can accommodate them, you know, to store poles out there during the project. One other thing I'll mention is, we're gonna have bid letting on the 21st for, bridge replacement for Denver Township. The information is up on the website. I'm starting to use more of the website for publishing things. And it's very convenient because then people that want to get the documents, they don't have to come and bother me to mail or email them. They can just go download them right off the website. Makes it a lot easier. So we're getting some benefit use from Corey maintaining the website for us. But one other thing I'll mention, it's not one of our projects directly, but the state is going to start working on the bridge on 130 at Mount Gilead intersection next week. So they will have that down to one lane traffic. So if you travel north, expect delays. You'll have to go through traffic signals there starting next week there at the bridge.
Okay.
That's all I had. Thank you.
Thank you.
Public Building Commission meets in September. Do you want to come to that meeting?
Okay.
It's the 17th at 3.
That's great.
Here. All right, thanks, Danny. Board committee reports, IT.
Not much. I'll finish the project stuff, so I'll just go through the little stuff first. Thank you for the plug, gang. Website does continue to be used. The analytics tell us the average, it's about 500 users, this last month, that are definitely not bots. A little caveat there. It's tax time. Treasurer's, excuse me one second. Treasurer's page and the supervisor of assessments pages are, have been most heavily utilized. I think we have like 2,000 and something visits. Not all of those are unique users. This is why we have private users, so some people return, but about 2,000 visits on each of those. So definitely make use of that website. The courthouse generator, you mentioned that at the last meeting, we're still discussing, no electricians locally are interested in hooking that up for us. I have chat sheets reaching out to House Electric and FEM, so we're gonna see if they have any interest. I'm also discussing with ICN, who, that's our internet service provider. They have the white room on the 3rd floor. They have a large generator. They're kind of, maybe, but they're discussing potentially sharing that or maybe letting us take it over. So I'm not holding my breath on that one, but it's a potential. Outside of that, I did send everyone I put together some project proposals. It's not a complete list, but it's most of them for things that we're looking to update here at RCSO, corrections, dispatch, and the courthouse. I know I just sent those on Monday. I'm sure not everybody's had a chance to go through them, but I'll give you the real skinny version real quick. We're not asking for anything right now. We just want to make the finance committee aware of upcoming projects that we'd like to get taken care of. I did assign, like a summary. I assigned a priority to each of those. Some are we'd like to get quicker than others. For instance, a body scanner for the jail, the X-ray machine. That would be like a big ticket item. Replacing our access, our physical access controls, security cameras, etc. That's sort of like a medium priority. So it just will give the finance committee an idea of, do we want to kick this out 2 years, 3 years, 4 years? So hopefully that makes it easier. And then I did break down, I included potential funding sources for grants, as well as when those grants, if we do get that money, what the county's going to be on the hook for when those grants end and the county has to take over. So I've tried to give you the most clear picture possible of what's going to be happening if we sign, if we do want to take on these projects in the next 5 to 10 years. Okay, I won't bore you with all that. If there's any questions about those while they're being discussed, please let me know. Otherwise, I'm not sure do we know when the finance committee is going to be discussing capital needs projects?
Probably we'll starting next month.
Next month.
September meeting.
Okay, thank you, Steve. So I'll be in attendance there so we can discuss that. Okay. That's all I have.
Thanks, Corey.
Thank you.
Shelley, you have anything?
The speaker talked about it, but we know that the only speaker will there's a single speaker. And so our CDC is going to do that.
How do I learn about that, or is that something that he does and we?
Well, and it's the only thing being pressed.
Oh, okay.
It's a woman named Suzanne. We will be coming to, we're gonna do a program to be done in the spring. And we will do it, give me an information meeting with Boston, probably in October. And maybe early November. And so we will be sending out invitations to attend that and it's really kind of talk about the program and what it entails. And how we're gonna put together a steering committee very shortly to get some ideas on projects. I would say likely it's gonna be something to do with businesses, just as businesses, economic development, jobs, etc. So we're excited about that. And we're gonna do it. And you all will be invited, of course, and if you want, I can email everyone. There's a couple information sheets that is actually one is an example of a lot of the projects they've done. And the other one talks with the shorter version of some of the projects. Process that these if you have a question, don't answer them.
Thanks, Shelley. Anybody else have any board committee report? Let's move on to old business. Approval of bid for radio project.
Okay, we received two bids for our request for purchase that we put out. The two companies that bid was Global out of Effingham and VEI out of Benson. Global's bid came in at 677,000 and some odd change, and VEI came in at 800. And I don't remember the exact numbers, but almost $200,000 more. With much discussion, I mean, and I don't know this exactly, maybe Chelsea can answer, but legally I think we're required to take the lowest bidder. Unless we can articulate why we shouldn't. And Global is our current vendor for our consoles and our current two repeaters that we have. But our radio project would be consisted of 7 new repeaters for the county for P25, 2 new repeaters for the city at P25, and 7 new analog repeaters, which would be a new frequency for countywide fires to use. Countywide fire departments in Noble, Christie, Claremont, and Alney would all be able to have access to this channel when dealing with fires outside their jurisdictions or within their jurisdictions if necessary. So that was what we requested, and that's how the bids come in. So what I'm looking for tonight, I guess, is a vote to accept whichever vendor you also choose. I think the city did today as well, and they voted to select the lowest bid, vendor with the lowest bid. They had a special meeting, I believe, today at 4 o'clock this afternoon. We have the money, 350,000 of it is earmarked for the seizure money that we have, and we had a 911 meeting, special meeting. They had originally earmarked 300,000, but we needed an extra 27 to do the whole 677. And 911 voted to agree to do the 327, so there's no additional expenses to city county. There are additional, all of our radio equipment that we currently have currently works with the system or the new system. However, it's outdated. Most of our radios are anywhere from 12 to 14 years old, except for the ones we brought in the recent years for our new squads. All of our portables are over 12 to 14 years old. So we do have money in that seizure that we are looking to use to purchase additional portables and mobiles as we have the money to do so. That's pretty much in a nutshell the radio project, and hopefully, the goal was to get 95% portable coverage throughout the entire county. Both vendors understood that and advised that their bids and proposals would do that. And that's inside a single walled house. So deputies inside a home, 95% of the county on their portables should be able to reach our dispatch center speaking through the radio communication. So any questions with them? That was a lot.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Any more old business?